Amy from Mrs. Amy123, and I make resources to help Australian teachers conquer the curriculum. As well as doing a full range of digital resources, I am also the curator of Teacher Treat, Australia's first ever subscription box for teachers that comes out at the beginning of every term. It is filled with 6+ items at a value of over $70, including stationery, resources, self-care items, and always an edible treat. Usually I do a reveal video where I go through each of the items and show you what they are, what I use them for, but this time I thought I would do it vlog style and take you through the whole process from ordering the items to packing the boxes to sending them out. Let's get to it. The first step in the journey is to work out the items that I'm going to put in the box, and I start off with the bigger ticket items, the ones that take up more of my budget. They are usually from an Australian small business, so we reach out to them via email. I used to do all of these emails myself, but I now have an employee who does a lot of it for me because I am still teaching full-time in a classroom, so I just don't always have time for the back and forth communication to work it out. And it also kind of guts me a little bit when, I reach out to somebody and it doesn't work out because either they can't offer me a bulk buying discount that's going to work for the box, or they don't have enough items. I'd just rather not deal with all of that, like when it comes back as a, no, sorry, we can't help you. So we have reached out to Mrs. Strawberry as our main person for this box to look at her to-do list notepads that she's only just recently released. Following that, once I got that product done, I started to look at other businesses on Instagram, and I was really loving the look of Dotties. So we reached out to them, and then from there I usually go to my wholesalers that are based in Australia. So the main ones I use are JTC and MNB, and I kind of have a look through their new arrivals, through their stationery catalogs, to see if I can find anything there and start filling that up. I also really wanted to do a sunscreen because I've been wanting to do a sunscreen in the box for ages. It's never worked out before, so I got one of my employees to look at Australian branded sunscreens, reach out to them and see if any of them were willing to work with us, and we found a really great one to work with. So we are hopefully going to be pairing up with them and having their item in the box as well. So I'll catch you again later as things start to arrive. We got started on the term 1 box really early, basically at the beginning of term 4, right after we had shipped out the last term 4 box. We got started on it because I was really worried that with Christmas coming up and New Year and all the public holidays in between and shipping times being crazy because of everyone trying to order in Christmas presents, I thought if we get it done early, we don't have to stress about items not making it in time. But it's actually been really, really crazy this time, and everything has arrived so early, like within a week or two of ordering a lot of our items, they have arrived. So the first one that arrived, because this person is actually located pretty close to where I live, is the Mrs. Strawberry's to-do list pad. So let's have a look at this a little bit closer. Got this cute little quote at the top. It takes a big heart to shape little minds, and then it's got to do, emails, notes, things I need, to prep and to print. And I just love that it's so brightly colored. Anything that's colorful is going to make me more motivated to use it, and I do love a good to-do list in the classroom. I especially like to just do a brain dump to get everything out of my head so I don't have to stress about it, and then I'll go through and prioritize, so like put numbers next to or asterisks next to the ones that I really need to focus on getting done first. And then I love to cross off things on a to-do list, just so satisfying. And yes, I am the type of person that will write down, write to-do list, and then cross it off as soon as I am done. Next item that made it here really, really quick were the pack of Dotties. So these are Velcro sit spots. They can be put onto most carpeted or matte surfaces, and they mark where students sit or stand. So I use these as a classroom set. So every single one of my students knows that they have to come down and they have to sit on a dot. That way, students aren't sitting, under desks or off here where they can't see the board properly, or down there. And you can also color code them. So I can say, okay, Billy Blob, you always have to sit on a red one, and your friend that you talk to and muck around all the time has to sit on a purple one. That way they are always separated, because I put mine, of course, in rainbow order. My front row is red, then orange, then yellow, etc. It just makes it so easy. But you can also use these for activities. So imagine writing sounds on these and spreading them out on your mat and having students hop to them. Or imagine doing an obstacle course in your classroom where they have to hop from them to get to a certain place as a brain bake during the middle of the day. So these are just so fantastic. And of course, I love that they come in a range of colors. So this is a sample pack of 6. So you can use these for very targeted things within your classroom, particular activities or particular students. Or you can head to the Dotties website, get a full set and use them in your classroom, because I just cannot live without these in a grade 1 classroom anymore. Item that arrived really quickly was the sunscreen from Maxi Block. Their parent company is Natuva if you're trying to find their website, and it is their sensitive sunscreen. So they call it Kinder. And of course, it is SPF 50. Why go any less when you live in Australia? And the smell on this is really, really mild, because a lot of sunscreens, you know, you can just smell it a mile away that somebody's put on sunscreen. But this one is actually really, really good. Actually just put some of that on my face, and really easy to apply, not too hard to rub in, and not greasy either. Like, it's not leaving a huge shine on my face. So really, really happy with this. I hope you guys are going to like it in your box if you got one. So before I started the Teacher Treat boxes, I didn't have my own office in my house. I just sat on the couch and did all my work there because it was nice and comfy, so why not? But then when I started the Teacher Treat boxes, I really needed somewhere to store all the stuff and pack all the boxes. So our guest bedroom became my office. One of my daughter's bedrooms became the spare bedroom because she wanted to sleep with her sister anyway in the same room. So kind of all just worked out. So I have a bathroom in my office, and I just use it for like overflow storage. So here is the boxes that came the other day that I want to talk about, because these boxes, oh my gosh, the stress of getting them here. So the item in these boxes was something that was meant to come for the term 4 box. We ordered it with plenty of buffer time, still did not arrive in time. And the company that we were dealing with from overseas was just terrible. They kept telling us things like, it's going to be delivered tomorrow. Or the next day it would be, oh, it's just arrived in Sydney. It will be with you tomorrow. It's like, no, none of those things happened. So basically the term 4 box came, didn't arrive in time. Then I thought, well, if they arrive in time for the advent calendars, I can put them in the advent calendars, because I had to take 2 items from the advent calendar to put in the Teacher Treat boxes to make sure I was maintaining the value. They didn't arrive in time for that either. So they have finally come, and now I'm going to be putting them in the term 1 box. The problem is I have run out of our custom Teacher Treat boxes, so I put in an order for another 2,000 of them. Last time I did 1,000, this time I decided to do 2,000. That would get us through the whole year with our predicted kind of amount that we're going to be sending out to people. And I got them smaller because when I first ordered them, I just went for the size that I had been using since I started the Teacher Treat boxes, which was 31 centimeters by 22 by 10 centimeters high. That was a very standard, easy to grab size in just the plain white boxes. So when I did the custom ones, I just had that in my head and I went for it. And then this time I went, I really should have gotten them shorter. I should have got them 7 centimeters instead of 10 centimeters, because I often have a lot of room in them where things can, you know, move around and stuff, and it would be safer for shipping if I decrease them. Now that these have arrived, these are 9 centimeters by 8 centimeters by, I can't remember the other one, I think it's like 22, it might just be a bit under 22. So they're not going to fit in the custom boxes that I have coming that still haven't arrived yet. Hopefully they'll be here soon. So I'm going to have to use non-custom boxes for the term 1 box to make sure these fit. I did look at doing the 7 centimeter boxes and kind of like bending the top over, but it just wasn't, you know, looking like it was going to be safe. And I did put a poll out on Instagram asking people what they prefer me to do, and they said no, go with the non-custom ones to make sure it all fits. So the irony, right? The irony. I can't wait to get these out of my house, because these things that are in here have just caused me no end of stress. But let me show you what is in them. They are desk organizers. And do I have this up the right way? Yes, I did. So what happens is this sits on your desk and the pens go down into it on a diagonal, if you can see the lines there. So you can actually end up fitting quite a lot in these, and you can sort like your highlighters from your pens, from your, I don't know, whatever else you want to have in here. And you can just see them all at a glance, which I really like, because at the moment I just use one of those round stationery holders. And so this way I can have them all separate and not thinking through trying to find the thing that I'm looking for. So I really like these, even though they took forever to come. Everyone, it is the 23rd of December today, and I've got some things to show you that have come in since I last talked to you. Now, I think I explained to you guys that I had ordered in some new custom Teacher Treat boxes, but that I had gotten them smaller, so they weren't going to fit everything in them that they needed to for term 1. So I had a lot of the white boxes left over. I was waiting for the new custom ones to come in just to check that, you know, it wasn't going to work, but they kept getting delayed after delay after delay. They were sitting in my capital city, only 3 hours away, apparently on a truck with nobody to drive them down. So I don't know how much of that story is true, but I was like, I need to just order. So I went online, I was looking through some different ones, really not happy with my options because I was going to have to pay a fortune just for the basic white boxes. And then I found them. Purple, boxes. I could not believe my luck. So I ordered enough of them to get me through the term 1 boxes in addition to the white ones that I already have here. Then about, when was it? Last Thursday, so about a week ago, the custom ones finally came in and I'm not thrilled with them. They seem to be a different purple than my old ones. Let me show you. Here are my old ones over here, and then this is the new one, and it just, that is not the same color. It's not really showing up on camera as good as it is in person, but these are much darker ones, so they are smaller. I do love them for future teacher treat boxes in terms of their size. Not thrilled with the color, and obviously they are not going to work for the term 1 box, so I'm glad that I found these other ones, and they arrived yesterday afternoon. They arrived so quick. I don't think they were meant to be here until like the end of this month. Look at this. That is the perfect shade of purple. Like that is just a wonderful shade of purple. So I'm so thrilled that these are going to be going out for the term 1 boxes. Hey everyone, so it is now January and the last piece of the term 1 box has arrived, and that is the insert that goes in the box to tell people what's in there, how you can use it, where it's from, etc. So I just get this from Vistaprint. I basically write up all the stuff, I take the product photos, and then I send it to one of my employees and she formats it all into a nice look. And then I order them, and they're just half an A4 size. I was about to hide it from you then, but then I realized if you're watching this video, it is after these have been sent out. So it's not a spoiler, I can show you. Beautiful. So there it is. That's the little insert. Come and join me in my now very messy office because it was very clean and very empty, and then we have so much stuff in here now that it hasn't been able to fit into all of my cupboards and storage spaces I have. So it's actually on these shelving units at the moment where all the teacher treat boxes are actually meant to go once they're formed. So gonna have to do some rearranging in here. But the last items for the term 1 teacher treat box did arrive. Basically, I ended up getting them all from a wholesaler called MNB that I often get things from. They had a couple of items that I was looking at and going, yes, they would be perfect for the term 1 box. So let me show you through what I got. So first up, we have good old whiteboard markers. These ones are fantastic for students to use. They just seem to withhold a lot of pressure that students might put on them. Like sometimes when you get some of the other ones, students use them for a little bit, they put too much pressure on them, they don't work anymore. But these ones are really, really great for younger kids, and they're really easy for them to hold. Next up, if I can get into this box back here, and sometimes like this one, the items come in smaller boxes within the bigger boxes. So here we have glue dots from Boztic. So these are like sticky dots. So you take them off, you can put them onto things and then stick them onto walls or windows or whatever you want. And then they're supposed to be really easy to remove. So like Blu Tack, but a sticky dot. Then where's one of our next items? Oh, down here. Oh, I told you, it is a mess in here. So down here we have, they're called scalp massages, but they're actually for use in the shower when you're putting in your shampoo. So you use this, it hooks onto your hand and you scrub all your shampoo in and it gives you a really great wash. I've been using mine for, gosh, it has to be about 2 years now. I bought it. It was one of the first things that I actually ever bought off an Instagram ad. It popped up and I saw it about 5 times before I finally went, you know what, I really want to get that, because I hate using my nails because it makes them so brittle being in the water for that long, and then I break them. I snag them in my hair if I've got a little tear and then it rips off the whole nail. Not a fan. It also gives me a better scrub. So sometimes I deal with flakies, so that really helps it. And when you stimulate your scalp, it's actually meant to make your hair grow healthier and stronger. So love using that. Then if I can find one of these boxes open, I think I might have to get scissors and open this up. Give me a second. and this is the other thing that happens sometimes. They put boxes in boxes that are sticky taped up. We deal with a lot of recycling at this house. Sometimes my dad will come out and he'll actually take some of my excess recycling to his bin just so we can try and get rid of it all. Okay, here we go. So these, oh, I dropped my phone. Let's put that up the right way. So these are hair turbans. They are for wrapping your hair up in to keep your hair out of your face when it's wet and to help it dry faster than it would in the air. Not to mention it would drip everywhere if you were just to let your hair hang down. So I used to just use an ordinary house towel until I found these, and I've been using these ever since. It's just so much easier. I use them on my girls' hair. I love them. So yes, that is a little bit of a hair theme there. But the idea being that you can treat yourself, you can make it faster, and, you know, have more time for you. Okay, there is one more item. I think I'll get it from up here. Oh, I'm a little weaking today. Go and sit there for a second. Okay. Here we go. Let me turn this around a little bit more. So this is a box, sorry, not a box. This is a packet of fantails. Fantails are just such a great treat. So your good old fantail. And these are family size. So what I decided to do was actually rip these open and put half of each lot in each box. They only just barely fit. I've started putting all the stuff into the boxes to see how they all fit. Let me show you. It really just fits. Here's one of the boxes I've already packed. Look at that. That is the most full box I've ever had. It only just fits. So we didn't stand a chance of this fitting into the 7cm boxes that I've ordered now. Okay, next up, I'll show you some images or some video of me packing these beauties.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. Run away, I don't have to plan it. I can go, change my fate, you won't understand it. All alone, that's okay, people I can't stand them. They don't want me to change, keep me where I'm standing. And I don't wanna be where I am, and I want something more, take a chance. It could be possibly my last dance, my last dance. And I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down.
Putting the stickers on these boxes, I thought I would chat to you a bit about the whole process. So packing all of these boxes takes a fairly long time. It used to take just a couple of hours when we did just, 100 boxes, but now that we've got hundreds, of boxes, it can take days. So often during the term, I'll actually get my husband and my sister-in-law over, and they will help, and we'll basically be packing all day. And it usually runs into the next day, especially if I haven't already put all the boxes together. And I really like the packing process. I really like going around and putting all the things in the boxes. It's a great thing to do after school when I kind of just like want to do something brain numbing that doesn't involve thinking. It can be quite relaxing for me. But now that we're doing hundreds of boxes, it definitely gets a little bit tiring and a little bit boring. And that's why in January, while I'm on holidays, I'll do it over the course of lots of different days, not just this one. And the dangerous thing about these boxes is because I put fantails in, I always want to snap. Hey guys, it is Saturday the 8th and we are going to be shipping out some of the boxes today. So I've spent my morning getting the shipping labels ready, which is actually more complicated than it sounds because I'm using an American system to host the box site. The entries for Australia Post don't auto-correct or bring up or flash up like problems when people are entering them. So there's often a lot of mistakes where people have like made a mistake in their postcode, or people who live in capital cities like Perth and Melbourne, when they put Perth and Melbourne as their suburb, Australia Post doesn't like that. It wants the actual place within there, the actual suburb. So I have to go through and change all of them. And then little other things like Victoria abbreviates to VIC in lowercase. So I have to change that to uppercase for Australia Post. So it took a long time. I've been up for well over an hour now doing this, and I am ready to print off the first 100 labels. And I am using my flashy new shipping label printer, which hasn't been the best so far, but I'm slowly getting used to it. So let's have a look. Let's do this. Okay, please forgive my no makeup appearance. It is now Tuesday. Basically on Saturday, when I started printing off shipping labels and started sticking them on the boxes, it just became a time crunch thing of getting them into the car and off to the post office because my youngest was having a play date that was going to start at a certain time, so we needed to be home for that. So because of that, I didn't record anything, and I honestly wasn't feeling very well that morning. I just felt very run down, no energy. So yeah, now it's Tuesday and hopefully we're getting some more boxes out tonight. We couldn't do it yesterday because my husband just got started in a new position in his work, so we knew that Monday was just going to be off the cards because he would need to completely focus on that and not have to rush home to do his boxes. So we're hoping that he can do them this afternoon. So I am trying to get them all sorted this morning. I've already had a few hurdles. There's always something with each box. There's always something that goes wrong, and for this one, this morning I just made a stupid mistake in shipping. I accidentally re-uploaded orders that I had already uploaded, and then at first I thought I was going to have to go through all of the orders and just completely like take them away, check who had been shipped and who hadn't for 300 plus orders, and I was just like, oh my god. But then I realized it wasn't as bad as I thought. There was an easy way to fix it, so I fixed it now, but it wasted a lot of time. So I'm currently putting shipping labels onto boxes that I've already packed, and then just got to pack the rest of the boxes. And I honestly don't have an idea of how many boxes still need packing, but I have about 4 hours to do it, so we'll see how I go. And yes, I did plan to like record this section of the video while I was doing this work, but then I realized that this is way too loud to try and talk over, and I don't think you would really love to hear it in the background while I'm trying to speak. I think that would be really annoying, even if you're one of those people that are into like packing ASMRs. I don't think tape is an aesthetic sound. But let me just complete the one box while I'm here, so I can say at least I did. Trips to the post office have been a little chaotic just because we've been on a bit of a time crunch to get them there in time, so I just haven't had an opportunity to show you the car all loaded up. This is only half loaded because this is our last trip, so usually we'd have the seats down here and we'd have them even further pushed in and stacked a little bit higher, but for this trip we don't have as many. So yeah, that's the back of the car filled up. These are off to the post office, and I know some people have already started receiving their box. They live so close to me, they receive them in like a day or two. So yeah, that is it for the Term 1 2022 box. I hope you have enjoyed this behind the scenes video. If you liked it, please comment below to let me know whether you'd like to see more of these types of videos in the future. Bye!